welcome to June. I am your holistic nutrition practitioner. My name is Luka. Really happy to be here with you today. This is the new way of doing things here. Good Food and You, always shifting things around. But doing a once a month missive on things that are going to be happening this month in the Good Food Network. So lots of good things, well, not just Good Food Network, but over at Good Food and You, and also happening over at Histamine Haven, because a lot of my clients, about 80% of the people I work with, actually have histamine issues. So it is my specialty. It is what I tend to do with my one-on-one clients. And I think you'll find it of interest, especially this month, because of this little puppy. We'll talk about that in a second. Okay. Let's start first. Here's the order of events. I'm going to talk about what you can expect at Good Food and You and the kinds of things I'll be up to this month, so that you can know whether or not you want to join me. And then we'll follow things up with what's going down at Histamine Haven, because that's very exciting this month. Kind of a once in a lifetime kind of thing. So let's start first with Good Food and You. All right, what kinds of things do we have on the go? First of all, the recipes just went out to those who subscribe to the recipe service. So this month we have recipes on pad thai. We have a recipe for chimichurri as well, a simple fish dish, a seed cracker recipe, which is a really awesome ancestral wisdom or traditional wisdom kind of piece to the puzzle. And we have a rhubarb dessert. So the recipes that I do in my subscription service are always tied to the season. They also have in it typically a vegetable dish of some sort, a meat dish, a big one pot dish. There will always be a weekend project that has a traditional wisdom bend to it, and usually a dessert or a hot drink or something delectable and delicious. And they're always honing in on whatever the organ is of that season. So what would be needing support in that season. And we're coming to the tail end of spring. So these recipes very much in line with spring and really supportive of the liver. So if you struggle with liver stuff, and even if you're not sure if you struggle with liver stuff, here's a question for you. Do you have inflammation? Do you have some type of chronic disease where it took a long time to show up? Do you have histamine issues? Do you have skin troubles? Are you constipated? Do you have any kind of hormonal imbalance? Do you struggle with blood sugar balancing issues? And do you wake up in the middle of the night? These are some of the most major ways that I see in my clients where I go, you're going to need some liver support for sure. There's also non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. That's very obviously a liver issue. But metabolic health involves the liver. So anywhere we're going to have any kind of metabolic health is a piece request for looking into supporting the liver. So this month on the liver, there's lots of different ways to support your liver here at Good Food and You. Not only those recipes, which if you want to sign up, all of these options I'm going to be putting down below this video. I'm going to put them in number. So this is number 1 is your recipes. There'll be links below. So just click on show more and you'll get all of those links. Recipes is the first way. The second way is in the Good Food Network. We are doing an entire month on the liver. So why? Oh yeah, because it's the organ of the season, because the liver is involved in so many different things. And if you struggle with inflammation, chronic disease, hormonal imbalances, blood sugar imbalances, or you have chronic pain, chronic skin issues, any kind of chronic stuff that comes and goes and waxes and wanes and sometimes there and sometimes not. And oh yeah, right? Like those niggly bits that are a bit annoying and then just sort of build up over time. That is a call for the liver. So we're talking about the liver all month long in the Good Food Network. There's a lot of very specific things that we are doing for the liver. There's a full 2-hour class in there actually for anybody who wants to join us. Like when you sign up for the Good Food Network, you're paying what you would pay to get the standalone liver class by itself. So in the Good Food Network, you get that plus so much more. You get the recipes I just mentioned. So those are included in the cost. What else do you get in there? We also have strictly in the network only, nowhere else can you find these, a half-hour session every week on a different thing to do with the liver, and then how to get that practical work done. So our first Thursday, we'll be talking about the choline, the missing link for liver love. The second week, we're talking about that connection between your liver and the microbiome. The third one, we're going to talk about the 3 best foods for your liver. And the last week, slow detoxifier. Let's set you up and what that might mean. So those are the conversations we're having in the Good Food Network. Lots of other stuff too. There is a module in there this month on how to make strawberry shortcakes, so you get even more recipes. There is a full module on, I think it's Digestive Detective. I can't even remember. There's just so many moving parts to the Good Food Network. It's the kind of place where I set it up like a smorgasbord or a buffet. You get to go to the buffet and you get to pull whatever you want on your plate, and you can go back for seconds or thirds or fourths if you want. And you don't have to put everything on your plate. Most people don't. That's okay. Lots of other bits in the Good Food Network. I will drop a link below. Come and join us whenever you want. You get 7 days free trial. If at the end of 7 days you're like, this wasn't for me, and you secretly went in and printed everything up, that's cool. Send me a message. I will fully reimburse you, and I will take the hit for the fee that they take out of me every time somebody signs up for something. It's cool, because I actually think you're going to find it quite useful. So that's what's happening in the Good Food Network. Another piece that's in the Good Food Network that you can also just join this piece if you want is a class called Going Green. So I'll also drop the link below. This will be number 3 if you want to just take the Going Green class, because you may feel, I've already got those other pieces you talked about, Luka. But yeah, I do want to work on supporting my detoxification. I want to know a little bit more about what this green thing is. We're going to zero in on 3 completely different things about going green and what that means, what it looks like, and why this is supportive to the liver. So I think of this class as that work of how we're going to reduce your liver's to-do list. The more we can take some work off of her to-do list, the better she'll be able to tend to those other tasks, right? The stuff like blood sugar balancing, making your vitamin A in animal form from the plant things you're eating, blood clotting properly, detoxification, breaking down histamines, breaking down estrogen, making bile to move it down the poop chute, reducing inflammation in the body, cleaning up from inflammation, supporting your energy production in the body. Like, the more we can take some of the jobs off of her to-do list, the more she can tend to the stuff she needs to. Because, my friends, your liver is the queen of responding to an emergency. And if your body is in a constant state of emergency, there's a bunch of stuff that goes to the back burner. Yeah. And that's, she'll want to do them, but she just doesn't have the energy, the time, the nutrients, the juice, the fuel, whatever it takes. Because she's just too busy doing some of this other stuff. So going green is how I propose we start taking some of that to-do jobs off of the liver's list, so that then she can tend to the hormone stuff, the fertility stuff, the detoxification, the histamine, the clearing out, the pooping like a champ, like all of those other pieces. Okay, so that class in and of itself is happening on June 21st. You get a replay link that goes out a few hours afterwards. You get till the end of June to watch that, so it's about 10 days. And that class is happening. Yeah, you have to register beforehand. June 21st, it's happening at 9 a.m. If you join live, you get to ask questions, but the replay link goes out afterwards for anybody who cannot be there in person. And just to be clear, if you're in the Good Food Network, you already have that class. You just get to have free access to the class. This is the thing, the network gives you a little bit of dibs on all of the little pieces. Or you can piecemeal a few things and tie something together if you want. It's up to you. Okay. Those are the things going on for Good Food and You. Now, in the month of June for Histamine Haven. First of all, oh my gosh, have I told you yet? I wrote a book. I had a client yesterday. She's like, are you name checking your favorite book again? Touche. So this is a book I wrote. I'm not going to talk about it anymore after today. So that's not true. I'm lying. This is a resource for those who are struggling with histamine issues and mast cell activation. My colleague Tracy Reed and I, that's Tracy and that's me. Oh, we clean up nice. We wrote this book almost 4 years ago now. Well, we sat down to do the book and we started 4 years ago. It took a long time. And we're finally so pleased as punch to present it to the world. And we're doing a launch party. So if you are in Calgary, I want you to know that I would love to have you join us. So I'm going to put it down below in the numbers or in the links out. This is going to be link number 4. The book launch, you have to register your spot because it's happening at the Cellar in Bowness in Northwest Calgary. And there's only so many people that can come in the door. It's not a massive, huge place. So we're hoping that by having the registration beforehand that we'll be able to know how many people are coming. We'll make sure that we have enough of the samples for everybody to try. Because that's what we're doing. We're going to have some samples. We're going to have a blueberry pomegranate bar. We're going to have one of our tea blends that we put together for this very book that you can have a taste test. We are going to make some of the butter chicken sauce minus the chicken, because we can't afford to put chicken in it for you because we're not charging anything for this party. What else do we have? Oh, the Light Cellar is actually going to be making some very special things that are still under wraps that they will be revealing the night of our book launch. They are aiming to make it all low histamine. Malcolm and the chef in the house, Alex, are working together to come up with some really delectable things that are going to be low histamine. So we're really excited about this. The Light Cellar has been a big part of our journey, and we're really so excited to do this book launch. So that's happening on Tuesday, June 6th. It's only for Calgary people. Sorry, pals who are from away. But if you wanted to register, go to number 4 below in the links below here, and you'll be able to get your name on the guest list, and then we'll get you in the door. We can't guarantee that if you just chance it and come at 7 p.m., I don't know if I'll have a spot for you. Sorry. I'm so excited about it. Okay, other things for you to know. So in anticipation of this, I will be having a conversation with my friend Jodie. Jodie Campbell is a functional nutritionist, I believe is what her title is. She is able to do a little bit more testing than I am. But Jodie is a really fantastic gal who zeroes in on gut stuff here in Calgary. And Jodie's invited me to talk about our book and our resource in the lead up to the book launch. So on Monday, June 5th, 10 a.m. Alberta time, I'm going to be on Jodie's Instagram page where we'll be doing a live. So that is going to be the link number 5 below if you wanted to join us there. So just start following Jodie and you should be able to get notification that it's there. Of course, she's going to bank it if she can afterwards so that you can watch it again if you like. And last but not least, we are doing a class for histamine and mast cell people. It's a free class. It's all happening online. And we're talking about how histamine shows up in the heart and your whole cardiovascular system. So there's a lot of really interesting connections that happen. Mast cells and histamines can be a part of what drives some of the cardiovascular symptoms. And some of those symptoms can sometimes be some of those symptoms where you go to the doctor, they do tests, and they're like, I can't find anything that's wrong with you. We've done all the testing and I don't know what it is. And quite often it's actually a histamine or mast cell issue. So first things first, if you have heart issues, always get it checked out by the medical establishment first. But if you take that route and there's no conclusive evidence to figure out what is going on, now comes the invitation to dive in and seeing if there is a histamine or a mast cell component. Now this class is free. It's an hour long. We have a Q&A afterwards for 15 minutes. You can stick around for that. So it doesn't cost you anything to register for it. I've got it down as link number 6 just below this video. So if you wanted to join us, that is on Thursday, June 22nd, 7 p.m. Alberta time. And that there will be a replay link available as well for those who are not able to join us live. And you'll be able to access that for at least a week. Sometimes my computer kicks me off mid-sentence and doesn't finish the recording. I don't know why. So as I was saying, that's it for me for the month of June. That's what I'll be up to this month. I hope to be of service and meet you up somewhere in the GoodFood Network or at an event, the book launch maybe in June. If you have any questions, know that I'm always here to help you. Whether your budget is $5 or a couple of $100. Wherever you sit, I have supports. And the best way to get in on this is to just have a 15-minute convo. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're looking for supports or you want to run something by me, why don't you book in? That's going to be your link number 7. Link number 7 is going to give you the link on how to book in for a 15-minute chat. So it's called a discovery call, and you'll be able to book in and just follow the link and find a time that works for you. Book in for that and let's have a conversation. Let's see how Good Food and You, or maybe even Histamine Haven, can be of support. There's a lot more free stuff over at Histamine Haven, but here at Good Food and You, I also have all kinds of things. So regardless of where you're at on your journey, please reach out and know that I'm here on Team You, cheering for you. In the meantime, may your June be good to you, and I look forward to crossing paths somewhere down the road. Salut, à bientôt.